Hello and welcome. I'm Dr. Caroline Brookfield, and this is another I Dare You segment to try to find ways for you to find your individual unique creativity, express a little more in your life, and feel a little bit more human. We've been talking about daydreaming this month and how important daydreaming is to fuel our creativity. Daydreaming is about thinking up a whole bunch of different storylines and wondering, what if? So my dare for you today is to create a story and tell somebody your story. I suggest you think back to when you were a kid and what is something that you wanted to do for a living, or an adventure you wanted to go on, or something that you remember talking about. And just tell that story as if it really happened. That's what we're doing when we're daydreaming. When I was a teenager, I developed a love for drama and performance. I'd always wanted to become a veterinarian, and I kind of got derailed a bit. I ended up choosing to become a veterinarian, ironically, because it seemed a lot easier than becoming an actor or a cinematographer. So my story might start with, when I was in high school, I really loved drama, and instead of pursuing my dream to become a veterinarian, I enrolled in the local film school. And there I met Susie Jones. And Susie Jones was an amazing woman, and she became a very famous filmmaker. I finished film school and didn't have many jobs lined up. I had some auditions, and I was still having fun with my craft and acting. And over a few years, I finally ran into Susie Jones again. And she was writing a story about killer plants in your garden. And these are like, it was like a Gremlin style movie, but instead of little fluffy animals, they were plants that would grow up, and then if you went to try to like cultivate your vegetables, they would grab you. So it's a bit of a horror, kind of tongue-in-cheek horror movie. And I went to the audition and I said, "Hey Susie, remember me?" And she did, but by then she was like a super duper director hotshot, so she was a little, aloof. But I auditioned for the role, and I had auditioned for the role of the at the time, the young woman in the movie, but instead she cast me as one of the plants. So I had to dress up and go on a green screen and have like the full, like stretchy lycra get up on. And it was a lot of fun. It was pretty weird and hot. Unfortunately, that is my only film that I've ever been in. So I was a killer tomato plant in the movie Killer Plants from the Garden. So that is my claim to fame. Thank you. This is Bonnie. Likes to eat my hair. And Fresca. Fresca sings sometimes. Oh, when he sees his reflection. Yeah, oh, that's in my ear.
So now it's your turn. Tell a story about something that could have happened to you but didn't. You can tell it to a friend, a relative, you can write it in an email, or just journal it if you want. But use your divergent creativity to just wonder and create a story about what might have happened, because that's what we do when we daydream. Let me know what you think. Send me an email, pop a note into the comments. I'd love to hear how you like this exercise. Have a great day.